Hello and welcome back to 2Dudez1Pod. I'm Joey.
And I'm Alex.
Ryan's on a little bit of a leave. He'll be back. Don't worry, he'll be back soon. But let's start off with some college basketball. We'll start with the women's final that happened on Sunday night, where Caitlin Clark lost back-to-back finals, a rough way to end her college career. And South Carolina goes undefeated, which is a very big feat for that team and Dawn Staley. Now, do you think Caitlin Clark is the consensus number one pick in the WNBA draft?
100%. I think where she lacks in defense, she makes up in offense. Though she needs to take more time on her offense, she really just likes to shoot it from deep, even though most of them don't go in.
Yeah.
But she does carry her team to the finals as usual.
So you think when it comes down to it, when she gets into the bigger leagues, she should almost take her time, maybe drive to the hoop more and not basically chuck up shots right as the shot clock starts, kind of?
Listen, I think she has a lot of time between now and between when she starts playing.
That's for sure.
So I think everything that she lacks on, she can definitely improve.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely. All right, and now we will go into the game from last night. UConn versus Purdue. UConn just dominant. All tournament, absolutely dominant. Edie did drop 37 points, but it's just not enough.
I mean, Edie could not keep up with UConn's pace. The way that they were playing was just dominant. I mean, if you've seen how they practice, it goes to show.
Do you think like a big problem was that they really couldn't shoot the ball like they normally do? I mean, Purdue's supposed to be able to shoot the ball well, and they were struggling from deep.
Also talk about UConn's, how they just completely dominated with second chance boys.
Oh, yeah. Klingon was great off the boards.
I mean, he was great defensively, too.
Yeah.
When he was in and when he was on Edie, it was basically...
Edie scored most of his points on Johnson.
Yeah. It was basically shut down. And I think that's why Edie is going to get drafted under Klingon.
You think Klingon goes above Edie?
I think he could also shoot better. If it goes down to...
I personally think Edie isn't gonna be great in the NBA. He could always be a guy that goes overseas. He might not want to go to the NBA. Maybe he wants to make millions overseas. I could see that happening.
But as a two-time player of the year, I think you're going to the NBA. And I think your first-round pick that's what I believe. And I think he won't do great, but I think he will perform in the NBA.
I see what you're saying. Now let's shift into the NBA Eastern Conference. There has been a lot of big games this weekend. The Knicks and the Bucks. The Knicks beat that one, and it moves the Magic all the way up to third place. That gives them a matchup against the Six, which we'll get into, and it's the Pacers versus the Heat, which was a big game this weekend as the Pacers beat the Heat. And now the Pacers move up to 6. Heat and Sixers in that playing each other. I think that causes real problems in the play-in. What do you think will happen with the Knicks?
Listen, I think the Knicks showed why they are at the top, why they are the best. Last night...
Really? You think they're the best team in the East?
I think they're the best team in the NBA.
Best team in the NBA?
Call me crazy. I'm not even a Knicks fan. They came down from 35 to 42 and just dominated the rest throughout the second half.
You seriously think the Knicks are the best team in the NBA?
It may be a hot take, but I think out of all years, this is their year. With Jalen Brunson on a killing streak, I think that they can.
That's insane.
Well, what do you think?
You think they're better than the Celtics, the Timberwolves, the Nuggets? You think they're better than all these top-tier teams?
Listen, my family, they're Celtics fans, but I do think the Knicks can beat them. I think, and maybe not beat the best, but even with that, I think they can give them a good game, the Celtics.
I mean, dude, saying the Knicks are the best team in the NBA is insane. That's absurd. It's absurd. It's honestly insanity.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I believe
How could you think that?
No, but I believe what they've shown throughout this year, and Jalen Brunson just carrying this team on their back. It can happen.
The Knicks might lose first round. That could seriously happen. Oh my God.
You could look at it as any team can lose the first round.
That's crazy.
I think the Knicks will go to the finals.
All right, now let's talk about the play-in now. That's just crazy. So The Bulls will play. The Bulls are going to play the Hawks first round. Trae Young is back. He's healthy. I think that could be a great game. And it's looking like the Heat are going to play the Sixers, as that Pacers game really did mess that up. Personally, me being a Heat fan, I would love to see us win that game and get the Bucks, because I think the Bucks are a much easier team than the Celtics. I think it could be a rough game if we play the Celtics. Rough series. But what do you think will happen in the play-in?
I think Trae Young is too inconsistent.
Think so? So you think they're going to lose to the Bulls, or you think they're going to beat the Bulls?
I think they're going to lose to the Bulls.
I think they're losing to the Bulls. Do you think Bulls beat the winner of Sixers versus Heat, though?
I don't.
I think those two teams are honestly steps above.
Yeah.
I think they have to be steps above.
Whoever wins that wins the next round.
I'm excited to see Embiid versus Bam Adebayo. I'm mad we only get to see one game of it. I mean, Embiid's been hurt the entire year. He haven't really been able to show off his skill. But I think that's going to be a good end. Playoff Jimmy, of course. He's coming back. Playoff Jimmy.
I believe the Heat will get the first round and they will get the second round, because
you think they're going to beat. You think they're going to beat the Sixers and then beat the Bucks?
Yes.
I could see it personally.
I think. Well, the Bucks are inconsistent as
they're on a landslide. They're on a landslide.
I don't believe that they have the skill to make it far.
Yeah. I can see it. All right. After that insane Knicks debate, let's go on to the NHL Western Conference. Now, there were some big games. The Stars beating the Avalanche. They extend that lead over the Avalanche. I think that's a massive game. The Stars still could win the President's Trophy over the Rangers, but personally,
that's kind of crazy.
I think the Rangers are going to hold that President's Trophy. I hope they obviously go far. Vegas versus Canucks was another big game. The Canucks win that game. They also want to stay close in that Western Conference hunt. Do you think the Rangers are the best team in the NBA? NHL, sorry.
100%.
You think they're the best team in the NHL?
The record goes to show. They've dominated most teams. They just showed against the Canadians why they are the best, winning 5-2. And I think all around they're just more dominant than every team.
You know, there's just something about it tells me though that like they have so much talent. They have the old players, they have the young players, they have what they need. The way that Igor's been playing, Quick's playing, I can't trust that goaltending right now.
You don't believe
I need to see them winning dominant first round series, and then I will see how I feel, because I just think that goaltending gets exploited in the playoffs. That's when you need great goaltending, and they don't have that like they did last year and the year before that.
I don't believe anything is better than great offense here. And that's exactly what the Rangers have. And that's why I believe.
I mean, they clearly do have a great first line. They have Panarin, obviously, who's top 5 in scoring this year. I don't know. I mean, there's some tough teams, though. There's Bruins there. They're always tough. There's the Western Conference is stacked. A few big time teams there that could definitely give the Rangers a run for their money. Now, I'm going to stick here and say I still think if you had to make a bet, potentially you take Rangers.
Oh, we don't bet here.
To win the cup?
We don't bet here.
But I mean, it's tough. It's a super tough. The NHL is really tough this year.
It is. Definitely less one team dominant than it was the past couple of years.
I think that's gonna do it there for us. 2Dudez1Pod.
Yeah.
First show for this big man over here. How'd you like it?
That was fun.
All right. Catch you guys.